what is happening in the southeast? What is happening? Now that Simon Ekpa has been arrested, or he's no more in the picture, why is it that there's still insecurity in the southeast? Why is it that the police or the DSS, they're arresting young guys, picking them up from different locations? Some are complaining that these guys are being extorted. We're having reports day in, day out. There's no day that will not have police brutality. If you go on social media and see some videos, there are some videos I cannot post here, where the police will keep on harassing and harassing young guys. Now, I have been a victim before. When you are approaching a police checkpoint, sometimes you feel so bad, looking good. You feel so bad, wearing nice dress. They are targeting young boys wearing nice dresses, and when they call you, they put you, shove you on one side. They try to see a way whereby they can find fault in you. They will try their possible best to make sure that they see something in you that will make them extort. It's all about extortion and collecting money from you. Nobody is going to stop us from developing the southeast. I told you before that the politicians are responsible for what is happening in the southeast. And people were saying, also, you said it's Simon Ekpa. Now, Simon Ekpa is out of the way. Who is now the cause of boys disappearing in the southeast? In Enugu, it went viral. They recovered money from policemen, police, an institution that is supposed to protect the people they are protecting have become victims. They use the weapons the state give them to threaten the people. They kidnapped this young guy to an unknown location, took him to a POS, and they withdrew almost all his, I think, 1 million naira. Even the POS lady collected 50,000 for charges. If not for the DPO that made sure that he recovered that fund from the police, it is the DPO. If the DPO decided to do nothing, nothing will happen. Nobody will say anything. It seems the police do not have a leadership. Because what happened during the NSAS, what caused the NSAS, it is this same police brutality. And it still continues over and over again. The Inspector General of Police came out and said that they should not televise or social media should not share any. If you capture a police officer brutalizing a civilian, that the social media, they should not share it on social media. If not for this sharing on social media, how would Nigerians know and have evidence to the fact that they are being brutalized by the police every day? It is even worse in the southeast. You cannot look good as a young man in the southeast. If you go, the police have seen an excuse, because anytime a police is desperate to collect money from you, they look for an excuse. And one of those excuses is either they tag you a Yahoo boy, or they find something incriminating and attach to you. In the southeast, it's different. They can easily call you IPOB. They use that tag IPOB. They use it to extort money from people. And if you refuse, there's a video in Edo State, police harassing a civilian. All this about extortion. We have been saying it over 20-30 years that the police, they need an overhauling. Nobody is doing anything. Nobody is saying anything about overhauling the police or restructuring the police. Nothing is happening. But when a civilian defends himself against the police, they will say that he's assaulting the police officer. And they will take it against the civilian. They will punish the civilian. But the police that is assaulting the civilian, what is the punishment meant for these guys? If there is a punishment, I don't think these guys will continue doing what they are doing. But because there's no punishment to these actions, most of these police, they brag. The reason why that DPO was able to recover that money, maybe he's not involved in the same illicit activities with those guys, because most of their organs collect, I think they collect stipends from them. I've been to a police station before, I've been arrested before, and I can tell you what I'm telling you. As a journalist, I went to cover an event. Police and Okada, they were fighting. So I used my phone trying to cover the police now caught me with the phone and took me to the station. What did they tell me? Who are you? I refused answering them who I was. They looked at my phone. What are you doing? I told them I'm a journalist. They said, don't you know that we can just clear you off? We can just... One of the guys with a gun, I don't know when they are with that gun, Don't you know that we can just clear you and nobody will remember you? Thank God I had contacts that I called. Those contacts I called, they were shocked that I had contacts. They thought that I was just an ordinary journalist. I was working with a firm then. If not, they would have done any. This is in Lagos city. Not talk of those villages whereby we have bush paths and everything. They can easily take you to a bush path and they threaten your life because there's nobody that will come and rescue you. If not for these videos that we take these police officers, how would the Nigerian police act? It seems they don't have. When this thing that is happening in the Southeast, it will still repeat itself again. Do you expect the citizens to just fold their hands and their lives are snatched away from them on a daily basis? Their children are being kidnapped on a daily basis. Money is being extorted from these people on a daily basis. Accidental discharge. Look at the sister of I think Taraba State Deputy Governor, something like that. Accidental discharge. Accidental discharge. Excuses. When somebody who is a criminal, who is evil, wants to do something, he looks for an excuse. So if I travel to my hometown and the police, I look good, and the police, because of the economy, the situation of the country, wants to extort me, he will say you are IPOB, you are Yahoo, you are this and that, and use that against you. You can't be a Nigerian and not suffer police brutality. That's why we are calling on those that are concerned. Talk to your men that they should respect the rights of human beings first. These guys are human beings. I understand that the situation of the country will warrant a policeman that is not well paid to want to use other means to make money. I'm telling you, most times I pity for these policemen or these DSS or these guys, because the situation of the country will warrant a hungry person to want to use his position to extort people. The country was better under Jonathan. We had police brutality. Under Buhari, we had police brutality. Not to talk of this Tinubu's government, that people can barely survive and feed themselves. So I don't really blame them in totality. I understand it is a condition, the condition of the country and economy. A police that gets 70 or 80,000 naira, how much will 70,000 feed him and his family? He stands under the sun. You know, the scorching sun in the Southeast. You know, the kind of terrain in the Southeast. He wants to look for other means to survive. That is why the system, I said, needs to be restructured and changed for the betterment of everybody. You can't, because of your suffering under Tinubu, and you unleash the frustration on other people that are hustling. They are finding ways to meet their ends, to make ends meet. As a young guy, somebody will be afraid to move out or to travel to the Southeast because of somebody is frustrated by Tinubu's economy. We called for police reforms during NSAS. It was the same police that the politicians used against the people. See, I know what we call command and control. You don't blame those people on the field because they have organs that give them directives. That's why the system is rigged against the poor people. If they don't obey those directives, they will be sacked or they will be court-martialed. So I don't blame those people on the field. The frustration is too much. I'm telling you, the sufferness, the frustration and everything is too much in Nigeria. That's why we are saying that this system has to change. But nobody is going to stop us from achieving the development of Igbo. There is a storm that is coming in as we speak. We cannot stand and wait for the federal government to start playing politics on the Southeast. We need to take destinies in our hand. Okonjo Iweala, there's an event that is going on as we speak. Southeast Development Plan. So stakeholders are coming together to see how they can kickstart the development of Igbo more than ever before. Yes, it is going to be dogged. I will be part of whatever that has to do with the development of Igbo. Every son of the soil in the Southeast should make sure that they contribute what they can, because the only thing they have is their fatherland. We know that there are so many adversaries. So many people don't want us to survive under what political contraption or political contract that the British may have with other tribes. They want to suppress the Igbo man, but we will say no. Those politicians that are making sure that there's insecurity in the southeast, most of them don't want Nnamdi Kanu to be out of detention because they know when he is out, they will be exposed. The federal government knows this. That's why they are looking for an excuse. Who is going to guarantee he is not going to continue with Biafra and everything? The most important thing that everybody, every sane human being wants is peace in the southeast. Other people are saying that go back to your 5 plots of land region. You people don't have peace. You are killing yourself. You can see the reasons why we are calling for Nnamdi Kanu's release. Much more than every other thing. Some people are angry that you are calling for Biafra. They are so angry. When somebody says he doesn't want to be part of a system, I don't want to be part of this system. This system is crazy. We don't want to be part of this system that does not respect the human right. Human. It's not man right. Human. There's a right God gave to us. The right to live. The right to associate. The right for self-defense. The police are taking it away from young people in Southeast. We have people that can transform Igbo. The police and DSS will never be used by the politicians to take that away. Politicians, they are selfish because of their interests, because of they want to hold on to power. That is why they want the Southeast to be unstable. I've said it before. You are blaming Samanekpa. These are tools. Samanekpa causing insecurity in the Southeast would not be, it can't be compared to the politicians that are being used by the government to make sure that, because if the Southeast is peaceful, some politicians will be kicked out. That is sure. If the Southeast gets its independence and autonomy, if everybody is united and are together, people like Hope Uzodinma and Soludo will not be near anything governorship, because we are bringing a different kind of politics to the Southeast. They are using the criminal elements. They look at those guys that have criminal intentions. They recruit them. They recruit cultists and bring them together, finance them, and run any package they want to run. Of course, no Southeasterner want insecurity in the Southeast. It is the politicians and some elements in government that wants to keep the Southeast in bondage. But we say no. Whether the DSS or the police like it or not. I know some officers in the DSS, some police officers, they are good and wonderful. But the bad eggs seems to outnumber the good eggs. The bad eggs wants to give the DSS a bad name. You can't kill everybody. You see, the revolution that they have with the NSAS, the people didn't just wake up one morning and start fighting the police. They can't do so. They didn't just wake up one morning and start saying NSAS. No. It's because of the repeated and continuous. It's a cancer. It's a virus. You know what? When something is a virus or a cancer, no matter what you do, they are going to continue. That corruption in that institution has become a cancer to human rights. No matter what is being done, if you like sack 10 today, tomorrow, some other persons will continue and do others. The leadership, if they are trying their best, I don't know. But so far, politicians are involved. The APC is involved. Anybody that joins APC must be an evil person. So if, politicians, for instance, the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He appoints the DSS. He appoints every security architecture in Nigeria. So what do you expect? They have an influence in the policing system. When we have a corrupt administration, a corrupt party, what do you expect? Some people feel that if they do anything, they can do and undo. Nobody is going to hold them responsible to ransom or anything. It is a lawless society. If these guys know that if they are being caught, they will be dismissed or they will be jailed. They will be dismissed or they will be jailed. They will not do it, but because they know that from top to bottom, they have a connection of criminality. I've seen some guys who are saying our oga. The other guy was doing an interview, he said, my oga on the top. So most of these guys have backing. What they are doing, they have backing. The good ones are outnumbered by the bad ones. then some APC people will be supporting evil. Look at investigative journalist Fisher Shombo went in to investigate oil bunkering. It was the Nigerian army that told the oil bunkers that somebody is investigating you. Did you get what I said? Somebody is investigating criminality that the Nigerian army is supposed to fight. The Navy is supposed to fight against. He got there, the army arrested him. After arrested him, the people that were into the illegal business got wind of the fact that he was coming to investigate them. From who? So the army is telling criminals, according to Fisher Yombo, the army is telling criminals that you have a journalist investigating your activities. What does that spell? Or are we just going to pretend that there's no corruption in all agencies of government? And the corruption is over glaring. Look at what Wike is doing in Abuja. Just look at what's happening in the country today. Suppress human rights, suppress free speech. And some people are supporting the government because of tribe. Some people are calling themselves Yoruba Ronu or Yoruba conservative. You can be conservative but stand for the truth. I'm telling you, if you're afraid that some people are encroaching on your cultural space, push for an amendment of the constitution. You don't lie because you want to preserve your culture. Truth is above. Truth is ultimate. Truth is beyond everybody. You cannot build a culture on lies. The lies will be the culture will be demonic. That's why there are some cultures that are forbidden, because these cultures are built on wickedness and lies. But you build your culture, your conservatism, on the truth. For the fact that an Igbo person is pointing out a fault of the government does not mean because he's an Igbo he should not point out the fault. If what he's saying is true, you support because he's saying the truth. If somebody is speaking the truth, you don't want to agree with the truth because that person is not from your tribe. Does it make sense? That's one of the reasons I'm against some of these Yoruba Rono and conservatives. You see what is evil, you stand by evil. You side with the oppressor to oppress your people, to bring your people down. This is not the way to go. In Nigeria, if you ever want to see development, the system must change. Best regionalism. Everybody will focus on their region, so that this issue with religion, party, and tribe will be eliminated. When it is eliminated, then we will now see for ourselves that those that were spewing bigotry, it was not an ordinary thing. That bigotry was a disease. If we separate, regionalism, the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Hausas, those bigots in the southwest will now look for another reason to show their bigotry. Maybe they may start with the Yorubas that did not support the Yoruba Ronu, or they will start with people that are from this part of the country or this. They will start with their first class, second class, third class, fourth class, and fifth class Yorubas. Bigotry is a disease, it's an evil spirit. It is looking for where to find expression. Because we are a multicultural country, we have different tribes. That's why their bigotry is focusing on another tribe. Let them have Yoruba nation. Their bigotry will focus on an Egbe man or an Ijebu man. So if you think that you are supporting what is happening, the carnage happening in the southeast, and because it doesn't get to you, one day it's going to get to you. But no matter what, we Igbos, we are resilient. We have many bad eggs amongst us, and I'm going to be speaking out against these bad eggs in Igbo land. We need to create an image for ourselves. We have young, enterprising, good-hearted Igbos. We have Igbos that are sensible, not stupid Igbos. We have Igbos that know what to do. We have Igbos that are into legal business. They're doing well for themselves and their community. So if you are part of those that will join hands with politicians to make sure the southeast is unstable, woe unto you, because we are going to get to you very soon. We cannot afford to lose any life. We cannot afford to lose any development. It is time to start building. Join Okonjo Iweala and other people and on looking how and ways whereby we can start developing and building the Southeast. Don't drag Lagos with anybody. Don't drag the city Yoruba Southwest with anybody. Don't drag any other region. You as an Igbo man, with your skill, with your ability, with your influence, with your connections, you are needed in Igbo land to start rebuilding. There is no place like home. Most people abroad, the reasons why they are fighting for Biafra, they are fighting for the good of Nigeria, because they seem to be the one that are donating for any cause that will make sure Nigeria gets better, or the system change or revolution. It's because they know that there's no place like home. They cannot stay outside forever. There's a time they need to come back home. Most of them don't feel like staying in these places anymore. They feel like they are second-class citizens. They are caged. No place like home. Let's think on how we can build our home. Let's come together and speak against the evil that is happening, the arrests, the disappearance, the kidnappings that is happening. You see, most of us should find ways of relocating back to the Southeast. If this Southeast have a lot of population, a lot of people concentrated in the Southeast, it may be difficult for these people to carry out their atrocities on Igbo youths easily. Most of us are deserting the Southeast. We can bring in our resources. That's why we are calling on those that are, wherever you are, in Ogun State, Lagos, wherever you are, find your way back. This December, find your way back home and make sure that you consolidate what is happening. When we are together, when we are we come together, we have strength to push for the development of the Southeast. We push for the development, and again, send these charlatans, these politicians, out of our space. We don't need them. Those good ones, those Christians, those good ones in the DSS, talk to your guys. These are human beings. You don't leave this world with anything. You can't plant evil and reap good. If you live a life of evil, somewhere along the line you shall reap. That is the law of nature, of life. You can't say if I die I'm going nowhere. No. If you plant evil, if you sow evil, you will reap evil. Much more evil in the spirit realm. Don't go about arresting young guys. Instead, look for ways whereby you can do better things and better the community, your life, and the society. I come in peace.